Oh, hey, welcome. Welcome to the channel. You've made it to Sassy Make Stuff, where I make stuff. So, let's get you out of there real quick. Hello. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the channel. This is my first ever Sassy Make Stuff episode, and honestly, I did not expect this of myself. If you've been following my work for a while on Instagram and my main website, as well as any events you might have seen me at, any art galleries, I honestly, long form content did not appeal to me until I started watching it more. People have been jumping on the content creation that allows them to talk more about their work. And over the years, I've joined a lot of community events that involve people asking me, like, why did you draw this? What am I looking at? What is this about? And as much as I want to just go in and do a whole deep dive, a PowerPoint situation type of conversation with someone, I only have a few minutes to, one, market to you kind of why my work is something that you might want to gravitate towards, why I even drew something in the first place. Like, if I jump into a whole story, you're going to be standing there for a while. So it's like, why wouldn't I jump onto the content creation train then to be able to share that with you? Today, we're going to be going over some of my ideas that came from this drawing in particular. Back in 2022, I want to say, I had been creating a couple of stickers with the Talavera sun face in my style. Really, in 2020 is where I really started to crave the nostalgia of Olvera Street from some of the vendors in Los Angeles. The cultural significance of it to me just really spoke to a lot of my feelings at the time. 2020 was such a strange time to be self reflective, if you will, and kind of sitting with your own thoughts. A lot of things stew for a while. So my style started to change as time went on. And nowadays, I especially love the idea that queerness and Chicano culture could tie in together. And I bring this up because Pride Month is coming to a close. I haven't gone to Pride like in years, so like the last time I went, I wasn't out yet, and it was so different going out this year to like a smaller Pride event local to me. It was so nice to just reflect during, before, and after all of the feelings I had just being with community, talking to other people, allies, and just feeling the love, feeling the energy, and just really feeling like grounded. It's nice. And as an artist, I just thought to myself, there's always gonna be a time where the merch that you want to buy just doesn't quite represent all of you. But the goal is usually, if I could get at least like 80% right, that's pretty good. And yes, I think, like, the pride flags, they look great. I love them as is. But as someone who's also Chicano, it was kind of like, I don't see enough of those two intertwined. So the purpose of this video is to share and expand upon my thoughts on how I could actually achieve that. Let's cover a few details that are part of constructing our sun face design. Starting off on the left, we see the yellow triangle with a purple circle. It represents intersex individuals, calling for visibility and inclusion. I wanted the moon to represent that part, or at least start off that way. And this way, the stripes overlaying the moon would would follow the way the progressive pride flag from the white, pink, and light blue stripes that represents the trans community, and then afterwards is the black and brown stripes. Those represent people of color, and having this included in the pride flag is, it's supposed to call back to the community that we should be creating safer spaces for everyone. The idea is inclusivity, because the following colors represent the classic gay pride flag that everyone is familiar with. But having updated it since then, brings more life and more diversity into how everyone should feel included. Why? Because things change, and having that change is such an important factor in how this flag is supposed to be. We're supposed to be able to uplift everyone's voices. Pride in both communities should look like something that you want to wear, that you want to show off to people. And really, if you can't find it in stores, my thing has been like, why wouldn't I just make it myself? So, hey. So, to be able to capture the beauty and nostalgia and rich cultural history that is rooted in notable places like Oaxaca and Puebla, Jalisco, Michoacan, Guerrero, Chiapas, and many more places that you instantly recognize and feel has like deep roots and beloved art styles and like leather work. You definitely find that in downtown Los Angeles. It's beautiful to be able to indulge in, and it was really important to me to be able to explore that here. And this is just one aspect of my style and what I'm tying in, because of like my background and my family stories. So it's not like you can only capture so much in one subject. And as you see this drawing unfolding before you, it's already starting to be layered with like details and line work. And if you found this video inspired you in any way, you could find me on Instagram at Sassy Art Major and tag me in a project you're working on. It doesn't have to be a Talavera sun face, but it would definitely be fun to see. If you need any image references, the way I was using some, like for the doves, for any of the like the pride flag references, there you can of course do an image search online, but I do encourage you to visit like your local library or your local thrift stores, because usually I find pretty good books. You just have to kind of do the digging. I've found really cool like field guides. Those are usually what end up being references for any of my botanical work, and you'd be surprised, like for like $1 or less. I've had some thrift stores that our books are like 30 cents, or you get like 20 for $1. Really cool. Like nothing beats a good physical media for you to reference something visual, especially in design work. So let me know. I think it'd just be a fun time. So, and really just go ham, it's I think it'd be really fun. Like that's just how art should be. You should be able to just get creative, have fun, throw something together. It doesn't have to be professional. It doesn't have to come out perfect every time. Number one thing I tell people when they want to know how to draw, when they want a little tutoring, when they want to be able to start a project, you have to fail in order to take notes, in order to understand what happened, in order to be able to just you have to be able to just see what's in your head go down on paper, but we won't get the results right away. We just can't do that. It's too abstract. And that's, I feel, the frustration that a lot of people run into when it comes to capturing an idea and trying to share that. You can't convey something that doesn't look clear to you, but we cannot do that unless we fail and try again. It's gonna look different for you when you first begin, and that's okay. I've shredded my work in the name of starting over, and after the 10th try, sometimes I end up loving it. Sometimes it just took like the second attempt to be able to actually be like, oh, okay, it came out the way I wanted it to. But it takes time, and each project is going to yield different challenges. Look at what I'm showing you today. This is a design challenge for me, and to try to capture all of the things I just shared with you in this video, is the pressure on? Yeah, but we got this. We're here to have fun. And I hope that you see this in the Talavera sun that I'm designing today for you. I hope it speaks to you the way it was trying to speak to me. And the purpose of this channel is to be able to not only be able to talk to you directly about what goes into my work, but also I'd love to hear in the comments what you think of this. I'd love to hear what maybe you want to see more of. And I hope that you give me a little feedback, and we can make this something that we made together in a way, you know what I mean? Getting back to the overall design itself, I wasn't quite happy with the sun face because I don't know what it needs yet. I don't know. I was trying to incorporate the colors of the flag, and I'll put it up here so you could see what I'm talking about. But the stripes have from red to orange, yellow to green to blue to purple. But I don't know if it's quite showing yet, and this is just a work in progress. I am gonna do a test printout so that I could see what it looks like size wise as well. Like how big, if I were to make this into a sticker, how big should it be? Should it be like a 4-inch sticker? Should it be like a 3-inch, like in diameter? Is it too big? Is it too small? I'm not going to do exact measurements in this test printout, but you will get an idea of like how much detail am I going to lose. And I can see this as a t-shirt though. Can you imagine like a good graphic tee so you can see all the details of this? And with all that being said, I just wanted to close the video off by giving you a big thank you for tuning in with me, for sticking around, for tuning into my very first video. It's been a big learning curve. I mean, I know I talk this much IRL, but having to take such a different approach in organizing my thoughts for a video like this, wild concept. Wild concept that I hope to master soon. And I hope you'll tune in with me next time so that I can talk to you way more about some of my favorite things when it comes to drawing, when it comes to painting. Some of my biggest motifs, aside from Talavera Suns, has also been my eyeball flower series. I'll talk to you about A Garden of Eyes, which is my long-running series of paintings. I think I'm like at painting like 20, 23 or 24. But that's for another video, so that'll be a fun time. And if you like this video, leave a like, a comment, and hit that subscribe button so that I could let you know when the next video is. So, hey, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.